On the same exact day that European countries came together to ban internal combustion engine vehicles, they also did one interesting thing. They rebuked one company, only one. Who did they rebuke? Well, Toyota. Could you be surprised? Are you surprised? Surely not. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel on the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back, everyone else. I hope you've had an amazing week. Over the last year, we've made, I believe, more than 800 videos all about the electric revolution, about electric batteries, cars, and how they're going to change the world. Toyota, well, they're pushing against that. In fact, they're lobbying against it, trying to brainwash school children in Japan into thinking that fully electric vehicles are bad for the environment. Seriously, you can't make this stuff up. There was a time when Toyota was one of the world's greenest auto manufacturers. True story. The company practically made hybrids mainstream with the Prius, but it has maintained a very conservative stance on electric vehicles since then. In fact, it's actively fought against them. Today, Toyota lags behind its American and South Korean competitors in fully electric cars, way behind. And its hydrogen-powered sedan, the Mirai, remains a extremely niche vehicle, which it will always only be. A recent report came out saying that based on the numbers Toyota have given us, by 2029, only 14% of all vehicles manufactured by Toyota will be fully electric. That, my friends, is a recipe for one thing: bankruptcy. If they weren't the biggest automaker in Japan, I would be saying bankruptcy would be certain. But seeing as they are, I believe the Japanese government will more than likely bail them out. But they're going to need billions of dollars of bankruptcy bailout funds from the Japanese government. And that's going to put every other automaker in Japan at sincere, serious risk of their own bankruptcies. Toyota has become a stern critic of the rapid transition to all electric cars, says Teslarati. In the UK, Toyota has threatened that it would halt investments in its UK factory, whose production is 80% hybrid, if its technology was banned from the country. This seemed to have been spurred by the UK government's proposal that over half of all new cars in the country should be fully electric by 2028. Clearly, 6 years' time from now is too long for Toyota. Now, the Toyota fanboys would have you believe otherwise. They would say to you, and I've seen this on hundreds of occasions, Toyota can just build EVs. They're the kings. They can just, within the space of 2 months if they wanted to, they could build millions of electric cars. It's easy. It's easy. They can do it at any moment. The funny thing is, Toyota themselves wouldn't agree with these diehard fans. In fact, the president of Toyota himself says that there is a possible tsunami about to hit the Japanese automakers. Toyota made headlines when it supported former US President Donald Trump's efforts to roll back fuel efficiency standards in the US. In its home country of Japan, Toyota is on the same page, with CEO Akio Toyoda previously questioning the government's decision to ban new gasoline-powered vehicles by 2035. That's 13 years away from now. In fact, Toyota still believes it will be producing internal combustion engine vehicles in 2040. Amazing. Toyota's stance on EVs has been appreciated by several high-profile European funds. It's been noticed, I should say. As noted in a Financial Times report, Academic Pension, the 20 billion Danish fund, Sweden's largest pension fund, AP7, the 120 billion Nordic asset manager, as well as the Church of England, which held a combined 300 million shares in Toyota as of 2021, have spoken out about Toyota's anti-EV stance. They're fed up. They've had enough. Academic Pension CIO Anders Schelde expressed his thoughts in this statement. Toyota is jeopardizing its valuable brand by lobbying against much-needed climate-related regulation of the auto industry. What is the science-based argument for their position? Which is what we expect from companies if they're going against expert views on the role of battery electric vehicles and the required timeline for the phase out of fossil fuel cars. Academic Pension was reportedly looking to submit a shareholder proposal for an annual review of Toyota's lobbying efforts, but it was rejected because the proposal was filed a day late. Nevertheless, the high-profile fund is reportedly planning to inquire about the matter directly at Toyota's annual general meeting. So at Toyota's annual general meeting, they're going to have some of their biggest shareholders publicly question them as to why they are lobbying against electric cars. Let's see how well this goes down for Toyota, right? In particular, this fund is looking to question Toyota publicly if the company will take steps to reduce reputational risks from its lobbying, and if the car maker would avoid making public statements that will undermine the EV transition. I mean, this is not really much of it's not really a big ask. All they're saying is stop undermining EVs. Stop making public lobbying against them. I don't think this is even a big deal at all. Crazy. Karan Aziz, the head of responsible investments at KLP, another Toyota investor, outlined the risks that the company is making by adopting its current stance on EVs. If Toyota continues with outspoken negative climate lobbying, it will alarm shareholders, as such an approach undermines the inevitable transition away from polluting cars. In my view, all of this is moot. It's irrelevant. Toyota is simply a lost cause. The bigger question is, why are these people even invested in Toyota, period? I don't get it. What are they thinking? Why on earth would you bother? There's hundreds of other companies who have much brighter futures, who don't have this enormous cloud hanging over their heads. Doesn't make any sense to me. Now think of it this way, right? In some markets, internal combustion engine vehicles or Toyota will be banned, period, right? Toyota vehicles will be banned in the UK in 2030. They'll be banned in the Netherlands in 2025. They'll be banned in Norway in 2025. What about Canada? Same thing, 2030. But the reality is, market forces will push consumers away from internal combustion engines long before these bans come into place. More than likely, Toyota will be like an inverse S-curve, right? Sales will decline really slowly at first. So people will say, oh, it's no big deal. Toyota's just, right? What are they saying now? What are they saying? They're saying they are being challenged by their ability to produce cars, right? They're just saying it's not demand. Toyota will have mountains of demand. It's just because production is constrained. That's what they'll keep on saying. They'll keep on saying this until, well, 50% of Toyota's sales have been wiped off the market. They'll blame other things and spread false information until when what happens is that it's just all too late. Around 2027, I believe, will be the beginning of the end for Toyota, one of the world's greatest manufacturing companies, who have, in my books, around 5 years before they're seen as the next Kodak. Could be even sooner. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. And as always, have a great day. Bye-bye.